we're talking about diet and PCOD, and it is very important for weight management in PCOD is very important because we do see insulin resistance very commonly. So it is important that we we need to look at the appropriate calorie intake of the individual so that the patient gets into normal weight. And the weight is more obviously the cellular resistance, and I don't want to be sounding too scientific, but what happens is the fat cells become resistant to the insulin. As a result, what happens is, even if you're eating too much, or for example, when you eat, there is insulin, but the insulin is not responding. So you can have a little increased blood sugar levels, which would not reflect, but only your insulin levels would be raised. So our goal is to give you appropriate calories, proteins, a good balanced diet. When I say good balanced diet, of course, I'm talking about vitamins, minerals, and of course, we're talking about carbohydrates. Now, the kind of carbohydrate that we give you is very important. Now, this has to be complex carbohydrate. Okay, because wherever we're talking about insulin, we're not wanting an immediate surge of blood sugar level. We want food that is gradually digested, gradually absorbed, and the blood sugar doesn't show a spike. So when we say complex carbohydrate, it would mean, whole wheat grains, pulses, legumes, fruits like apples, papaya, pear, pineapples, those kind of fruits, and we want to divide the food. So it's not just the quality of carbohydrate, we're also talking about the food which is the load of the carbs. So if you have a good carbohydrate, but you have it at a larger dosage at one point of time, even that is not alright. So we want you to have, a divided meal of that. So I normally like to give you more fiber. So oats are good soluble fiber. So you could have oats or wheat, dalia. That is something that I normally like to give you in the breakfast. Sprouts are good. In between the mid-mornings and evenings are the time when we end up binging. So I would want you to have sprouts, bhune chane. It could be soups, it could be cut fruits, and fruits can be any. However, there are some fruits which are high glycemic index. When I say high glycemic index, it means these are the fruits which are quickly absorbed because of the carbohydrate content of the food, and you may see a little change. Now understand, we are not talking about diabetes here. We are just talking about prevention. So we are saying taking the right calories and the right kind of carbohydrate and right kind of food, which I would generally be talking to anybody. So you don't have to think that I am practically saying that you're sick, you have some problems. We are talking about a good balanced diet, which anybody should be taking. And it becomes imperative for you because in the patients who have PCOS, there are chances that if they are not taking care of themselves because the hormonal changes, the weight gain is quite prominent, and the weight gain in itself will also cause insulin resistance because the cellular resistance, peripheral resistance. So we want to curtail that, and if the weight management is done properly, automatically everything falls into place. It becomes a cakewalk for you. So the first line of management which any doctor would say would be that before I start you on any drug, before I start on any management, it makes sense for you to get active, stay active, increase your activity level in whichever form that you can do. A lot of ladies would say that, oh, I keep working the whole day and but that's not enough. We are talking about cardiovascular activity wherein your heart works, your lungs work. Basically, only when your heart rate goes something like 70% of the maximum heart rate, which is 220 minus your age is the maximum. You need to reach something like 60-70%. That is when your body would start losing, your fats will be utilized and you start losing weight and all that. And that is something that we would want you to do for cardio fitness, which is important. So we're talking about increasing physical activity, which is not just talking and strolling while you walk. It has to be brisk walk. Most of the PCOS cases are young people, so I don't have to worry about them to be jogging or swimming or any activity that you like doing on a day-to-day basis that you can do for a longer period of time. Whichever thing that you enjoy. If you're a gym person, you could go hit the gym. If you're a person who wants to have a morning stroll and you like fresh air, go ahead and do whatever you feel like, suit yourself. But make it a routine, okay? And don't think of yourself as a sick person because of which you need to do that. And the second thing would be good diet. So when I say good diet, complex carbohydrates, good amount of proteins in the diet. Most of the Indian diets, if you're vegetarian, if you do not look at the content of the protein will not be adequate. So please ensure that you include pulses, legumes, low-fat milk and milk product. If you don't like milk, you can have tofu, you can have soy milk, you can have curd, those kind of things. Greens, beans, peas, fruits, vegetables. Include fruits and vegetables in your diet. because it's good that you have enough fibers in your diet. They give you satiety, they give you a number of positive factors and benefits in your diet. Water restriction is not there. A lot of PCOS people feel that they are bloated and all that, and they're afraid of having water. Water is not restricted. If you're doing fine, if everything is all right, you can have water. Salt is moderation. Normally we say 5 to 6 grams of salt for anybody, and that is overdoing salt would not be good, because if you do overdo salt, sometimes there is this water retention feeling that you may have. But I would say that it's purely because of various other factors, not because of this condition. So by and large, a healthy, good, balanced diet and a physically fit, active life.